Hey, Elite Coaching family. Hey, I want to share with you three things. How many things? One, two, three. Three things I did that grew my practice, created the biggest growth in all 14 years of practices. I was how many practices? I think four practices in 14 years. But in this 5 month period, it grew our practice 100 people a day. We went from 120 a day to 220 a day. No marketing in 5 months. People were flooding in. I didn't have to do any marketing, didn't do any work, and there was three things. Now these three things are taught in the elite boot camps. Two of these, the first two, are taught in boot camp 1. The third one is taught in boot camp 2. So I want to go through these three things. The first thing that I did, and I want to share this with you because I find myself going over this on coaching calls all the time. The first thing I did was go from a 2-day system to a 3-day system. Now what I'm going to do, before I get into these three things, I'm going to introduce them today, give you a little reason why, and then I'm going to do the next three videos. I'm going to go into more detail on each step. And if you just do this, I guarantee you this will take you to new levels that you've never been before. The first one was go from a 2-day system to a 3-day system. Now, what did I notice about this? The biggest objections are time and money. So what are they buying? They're buying their condition. So you give them their condition on day 1, day 2, and then you cloud that with time and money. So now they forget about their condition. Plus you have process thinkers, people, they just need more time. And so when I went from a 2-day to a 3-day and put the workshop in between, man, the amount of people that committed and our prepays went from 30% to 70%. Why? Because we created a boatload more value. Now, what was the second thing? The second thing that I did was, since we got all these people to the workshop, I mastered giving a workshop and then mastering the close. And then having people sign up, people that weren't there. Not only because I gave a great workshop and mastered the close, we got the guests to be able to sign up. I had the spouses at the workshop. I could guarantee 8 out of 10 spouses would sign up right there. And we would get people to sign up, family members and people that weren't there. Now, once I got the close down, I got the sign-ups down, and then we had the follow-up system in the next 3 days to make sure we could get as many of those people in the clinic as possible. And what I found with a good follow-up system, we could get 50% of those sign-ups in there. So if you had, 5 people at a boot camp, and they each signed up 3 people, that's 15 people. I could get 7 to 8 of those in the next week. So what this looks like is the first week ends up like a funnel. So you have day 1, when do they come in? Free consultation or free consultation exam. They pay for x-rays. Then they come back to day 2, right? Day 2 is usually complimentary, but then they pay for the next few visits. So a little bit of time, a little bit of money. You're not clouding time and money. Then what do? We brought them to a workshop. Now that was the big education value, that created value right there. And then people would sign up. So all we had to do was, then I learned how to pour people into the first week. So then we drive traffic, in a sense, into the first week. That's people. Okay, and we'll go more into how I did that. The third thing was the re-exam. Now, we developed an 8-step re-exam that's in the elite system. In boot camp 1, we go all the way through day 1, day 2, how to create so much value on day 1, day 2. They absolutely attend the workshop. They absolutely bring their spouse, because they probably brought them to day 2. And how to create so much value that they're in the program. Then the re-exam is what creates long-term retention. So once I got the re-exam down, you get them moving from month to month, from goal to goal, from phase to phase of your care, and they're always focused on what? On lifestyle. We create that lifestyle mindset. Over time, we keep them focused on their next goal, and then we get them into the Lifetime Health Club. And so with all that, man, then we create retention. We had a very high percent kept appointments. We had people that weren't just happy with their care, they were inspired by the purpose. They were inspired by the purpose. Then the re-exam kept them referring. So when you get a powerful first week and you turn 1 into 3 in the first week, then you can turn 1 into 3 in the re-exam over a long time because of the purpose. So that's long-term retention. It led to a very high PVA, and it led to patients continually referring. So we're going to spend the next week and a half going over in more detail those 3 things. So what are those 3 things again? Went from a 2-day to a 3-day. Mastered the workshop signups, the close, and following up with people they signed up. And then 3, mastered the re-exam, 8-step re-exam. All of this is all in the Elite Systems and is in both boot camps. So if you feel you need to be better at those, then go to this December-January boot camp series. And then also on November 14th, this is for everybody, we're doing a 4-hour team training from 8 to 12 Pacific time, Saturday, November 14th. We're going to be sending out the emails. We'll put the links in the landing page on here either the end of this week or next week. Make sure you get registered. For all people that are Elite clients or involved in the boot camps, this is free. For everybody else, it'll be $297. And here's what I'm giving you: 2 follow-up coaching calls with your team. So this will make a massive, massive, massive impact. Let's let 2020 be behind us. Let's create the most amazing finish to 2020. Didn't really start off that well, right? Or in the middle. And let's create an amazing 2021. So put it on your calendar already. November 14th, 8 to 12 Pacific time. So that applies wherever you are. Set that aside now, and we will have those links on this site. So hey, bring people in here. Let's share that email if you're on our email list, and set that time aside. And we're going to go through the 3 things that added 100 people a day in 5 months with no marketing. Okay, you guys, I'll see you there.